So yeah, this is the second weekly workshop that we are going to have, and in this workshop we are going to talk about the letters of Turkish language, the demonstrative pronouns, which are like, this and that in Turkish, and also we are going to talk about the question words who and what. So when you are learning Turkish, of course, the most challenging part, I think, is the vowels. And in Turkish, we have 8 different vowels, and we actually categorize them. We categorize them into two. We call 4 of them back vowels, and they basically we pronounce them from the back of our mouth. They are a, u, o, u. And then we also have front vowels, which we pronounce from the front of our mouth, which are e, I, ö, ü. And then we have another categorization. And in this categorization, we consider the shape of the mouth. So we have 4 flat vowels, and they are a, e, ö, I. And when I'm pronouncing them, the shape of my mouth is flat. And we also have 4 round vowels. And in these vowels, I have to keep the shape of my mouth in a round shape. So they are o, ö, u, ü. We will have some, we are going to talk about some of the vowels later on. And we also, we have, of course, the consonants. And in Turkish, we have, this is something that I have to tell, we have sharp consonants. And I think it's quite important because while you are learning Turkish, this information is going to be quite useful for you. In Turkish, the sharp consonants are fe, se, te, ke, che, she, he, he. So when you are pronouncing these letters, I would actually suggest you to, keep them sharp, like, because some students tend to pronounce the T as D when it's in the middle of the sentence, in the word, but try to keep it as T so that you will be understood better from, other people. In Turkish, we have some difficult letters, so I will be talking about those letters. I'm not going to talk about like all the letters because it's going to take, too long. And for that, we have 3 vowels that I think we can consider difficult, and those are ü, ö, and ü. So for the first one, for I think the best explanation for this one is the sound that we make. I mean, at least Turkish people make this sound when we see something disgusting. So it's the sound that is What is that? So the mouth is flat, and the pronunciation comes from the back of the mouth. So you kind of smile and you make the sound. And try not to force yourself while you are pronouncing this. It sounds like, a little bit different when you try to do that. Keep your mouth relaxed, and then it's going to sound much better. And I think it's very similar to the sound, not the same, but very similar to the sound that you have in Michael Jackson. The at the end, sin, is kind of similar, but it's definitely not the same. And then we have another letter that I think we can consider disgusting, because this is the sound that we make when we are about to vomit. So the tongue kind of comes out, and we make the shape of the mouth again round, and then we just make the sound. So, when you're about to vomit, when you try to take something out of your mouth, you do this kind of sound. It's very similar to that. And then the next one is looks very funny when you try to do this one because, it looks like you are kissing the air. It's basically you are going to have a very small gap between your lips. Your lips are going to be round and your tongue is going to be in front of your mouth and it's going to be the sound ü. So to make it more clear, I'm going to explain one thing and then I'll let you speak, Michelle. I'll kind of compare the back vowel and then the front vowel of these letters. So the back vowel is I and the front vowel is I. I, I, I, I, I, I. The only thing that I do is basically putting my tongue in front and back, front and back. I, I, I, I. And for the next one, the back version of this is O, and then the front version is Ö, O, Ö, O, Ö. Again, the only thing that I actually do is literally putting my tongue in front and back. In Ö, I literally put my tongue right between the back of my lower teeth, and then that's the sound that I make. Ö. And then for the last one, the back vowel version is U, and the front version is U, U, U, U, U. Again, the only thing that I'm doing is putting my tongue at the back and front when I'm trying to pronounce these letters. U, U. And then I will soon pronounce these words. But before, let's hear from Michelle. Michelle?
Ahmed Bey, so um, I asked you about this previously. So the O with the umlauts
Mm-hmm.
and the usual U, is it not the same pronunciation?
Are you talking about the U and the U with umlauts?
No, I'm talking about the U and the O with umlauts.
Oh, this one. No, they are not. So the
Yeah.
U is basically a very small gap, like between your lips and your tongue is at the back. Ooh. And it's kind of
Ooh.
similar to
Yeah.
the sound that you, I think, make when you are saying you. Ooh.
Yes.
But this one is like a sound that we kind of make when we are about to vomit. It's the tongue is in front and the lips are a little bit more far away from each other, and but the shape is still round, so it's gonna be uh,
Okay.
yeah, oo,
And ooh
uh,
and
oo,
okay.
uh. hmm And I think
Okay, I got
maybe
it.
the best pronunciation, I think we can use the word perfume to kind of achieve to this U sound, but I still think it's not the same. But these are similar. And for I think the best word, like one of the most similar words would be girl, uh, or maybe dirt. Oops, this. But yeah, as I said, they are not the same pronunciation, so try to stick with the Turkish versions of them, not the English versions of them. So these words that I have for ışık, ılık, ızgara, ırmak, ıslık, ışık, ılık, ızgara, ırmak, ıslık. The words that I have for öğretmen, öğrenci, örnek, göz, öğretmen, öğrenci, örnek, göz. And then I have the words for ü, üzüm, üzgün, üşümek, üşüdüm. Üzüm, üzgün, üşümek, üşüdüm. So these are the vowels that are usually problematic for Turkish learners. And then we also have some consonants that are a little bit difficult, compared to other languages. And the first one is going to be J. And the reason why I put this in this list is because in other languages, this letter has different pronunciations. Sometimes you hear it as K, sometimes you hear it as se. Even in English, you can hear it as she. But in Turkish, it only has one pronunciation, and it's always going to be J. Cevap, cami, ceviz, ceket. Cevap, cami, ceviz, ceket. Cevap, cami, ceviz, ceket. It's, I would say, very similar to the sound in English, at least for maybe the name John. That would be the best, the one sound that is the closest, I guess. And then we have like a very similar sound that is close to J, but this one has a little, tail under it, and this is the one that you have to pronounce sharp. It's che. Çiçek. Oops, let's do it this way. Çiçek. Çocuk. Çikolata. Çiçekçi. Çiçek. Çocuk. Çikolata. Çiçekçi. Çiçek. Çocuk. Çikolata. Çiçekçi. It has to be strong so that we can differentiate if you are saying che or je. Another confusing letter for, that we can talk about is ge. So this one also has different pronunciations in many different languages, but in Turkish we only have one pronunciation for it, and it's always ge. Gemi, garson, gül, gazoz, görüşürüz. Gemi, garson, gül, gazoz, görüşürüz. Gemi, garson, gül, gazoz, görüşürüz. And another similar looking letter that is, to get is soft G, and it doesn't have any pronunciation, so I cannot make the sound. But the function of this is basically it makes the previous vowel a little bit longer than it is. So instead of saying yağmur, I'm going to say yağmur. Da. Instead of saying da, I will say da. I will make it a little bit longer. Öğretmen. Öğrenci. Instead of saying öğretmen, I'll say öğretmen. Öğrenci. And then I have the letter she. This is also another sharp letter that you have to, pronounce sharply. And yeah, the sound is basically, there is only one pronunciation, and it's always she, şemsiye, şişe, şarkı, şarkıcı, şemsiye, şişe, şarkı, şarkıcı. And then there is another letter that I think can be problematic for most of the students, and we pronounce this letter as ye, just like in the word yes. Because in some other languages, this has like, kind of like a vowel function. In Turkish, we always consider it as a consonant, and it always has a sound. So I have the words yemek, yaz, yol, yumurta. Yemek, yaz, yol, yumurta. Yemek, yaz, yol, yumurta. And then one last letter that I think I have to mention is Z. And the reason why I mention this, sometimes I hear people using Z, but pronouncing it as se, like a stronger version. But this has to be like a soft one. So it's going to be zürafa, zeytin, zebra, zarf. Zürafa, zeytin, zebra, zarf. Zürafa, zeytin, zebra, zarf. It's a soft letter. So yeah, basically these are the, letters that can be problematic for Turkish learners, but the rest are, I think, quite similar to all the other languages. But if there is any specific letter that you want me to talk about, we can maybe give some examples with that one as well. So just let me know if there is any other letter that you want me to talk about. Yes, Michelle.
Ahmed Bey, sorry, can you just go one slide back?
Yes.
So the G with the cap on top of it,
Yeah,
is that basically a silent one?
exactly. We never pronounce this letter. We just
Okay,
make the previous vowel a little bit longer. So it still has a function, but doesn't have pronunciation, doesn't have sound.
like Yamur.
You can make it a little bit longer. Yağmur.
Yamur.
Yes, much better.
Okay, that makes sense as well. Thank you.
Rica ederim.
Teşekkürler.
And over here I have some tongue twisters to practice some of these letters. The first two are actually quite famous, especially the second one. Every Turkish person knows this tongue twister. Maybe even when you were learning Turkish, you actually encountered this. The last three I just made it up before the workshop. So I mean they are sentences that have similar letters in them. They are not officially tongue twisters. The first one I think is the most difficult. I mean, for me. So we are going to, it's going to be, I have to be careful with this one. Bu pickup, şu pickup, o pickup. Bu pickup, as you can see. Bu pickup, şu pickup, o pickup. And by the way, we are also going to talk about this bu, shu, and o later on. And that's why actually this tongue twister is in the list. And then the other tongue twister, şu köşe yaz köşesi, şu köşe kış köşesi, ortadaki su şişesi. So all the sh sounds and all the se sounds that I make, sh, se, these are going to be sharp. And the word yaz is going to be soft. Şu köşe yaz köşesi, şu köşe kış köşesi, ortadaki su şişesi. And this one is, again, as I said, it's a made up tongue twister. Küçük çocuk ucuz sucuk ve abur cubur yiyor. Wow, it's a difficult one actually. Küçük çocuk ucuz sucuk ve abur cubur yiyor. And then this one is one of my favorite. Actually, this is also a famous tongue twister. I didn't make it up on my own. Penceredeki tekir kedi kendi tenceresindeki eti yedi. Penceredeki tekir kedi kendi tenceresindeki eti yedi. So the T that I have over here in eti is going to be a strong one because most American students especially tend to, make this D sound when they see the T in the middle, but it has to be a strong one. Penceredeki tekir kedi kendi tenceresindeki eti yedi. And then one last tongue twister is sessiz ve üzgün serçe camda şakır şakır ötüyor. Sessiz ve üzgün serçe camda şakır şakır ötüyor. So these are the tongue twisters. Is there anyone who wants to maybe try, oops, sorry, one of these tongue twisters? Yes, Bakr.
I can try it. Bu pickup, shoe pickup, o pickup. That's the first one.
Bravo.
Şu köşe yaz köşesi, şu köşe kış köşesi, ortadaki su şişesi.
Bravo.
Küçük çocuk ucuz sucuk ve abur çubuğu yiyor. Ben penceredeki tekir kedi kendi tenceresindeki eti yedi.
Çok güzel.
Sessiz ve üzgün serçe camda şakır şakır oturuyor.
Bravo. Süpersin. Çok teşekkürler.
Çok teşekkür ederim. Thank you.
And then, yes, I just talked about bu, şu, o earlier, and these words are basically the demonstrative pronouns that we have in Turkish. That means when I am pointing at something, these are the words that I use. When I show something that is close to me, and over here I have my microphone, I'm going to use bu. When I have something that is a little bit further, and also if I don't want to use bu all the time, like repeatedly, I can also switch to shu, so it doesn't have to be super far away. But for something that is a little bit far away, I use shu. And then for something that is kind of far away, that is like, I cannot touch it, it's far away, I use o. And we also have plural versions of them. They are going to be bunlar, şunlar, onlar. When you are pointing at something, you basically say, the pronoun and say the thing, the name of the thing. So I will go for this and I will say bu mikrofon. But if you are talking about plural things, like, more than one, so if you have to use bunlar, you don't have to pluralize the second word. So it can actually stay singular. That's the actual grammatical way. Some people tend to, still pluralize them, which is actually okay in spoken language, but the actual form should be like this. Bunlar mikrofon, şunlar kalem, onlar insan. And then we also have the question words kim and ne. The question word kim basically finds the subject of the sentence, the action doer of the sentence, who drank the milk, who saw the man, who opened the door. Like all these questions are basically looking for the subject, the person that did the action. And we also have ne, and the answer of ne is usually a thing. It can be the subject and it can be the object as well. You can say ne içeri girdi, let's say. What came inside? Sinek içeri girdi. A fly went inside. A fly came inside. So as you can see, I use it in the, to find the subject. But you can also use it in this kind of context. Ahmet ne içti? Ahmet su içti. And over here in my question, I am looking for the object because I already know that Ahmet was the one who drank. And what did Ahmet drink? Water. So we use it to find the object. And if I have to combine demonstrative pronouns with these question words, basically I'm going to have bu kim and bu ne, but you can also use şu and o with these questions, şu kim or o kim, or you can also say şu ne or o ne. which is actually quite useful if you are an expat living in Turkey, and if you want to ask like, you know, a specific thing, like, oh, like you go to a grocery store and you have never seen a specific fruit, you can ask bu ne? And then they will tell you what it is. Bu ayva, bu ananas, anything. Yes, Bakr.
So the question before, the slide before, you said like Ahmed ne içti. Like what is the
Mm-hmm.
T? Like I know the verb which is like itch, but what is the T? Ti.
The TI is basically the past form. So what did Ahmed drink?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Tamam. Tamam. Çok teşekkür ederim.
rica ederim. So yeah, as you can see, for people, we ask the question word kim, bu kim, o Ertuğrul. And one thing that I have to mention over here, for some people, it is not okay. I mean, they find it rude to use bu and şu for people. So they usually prefer, you know, o as the pronoun because it also means he, she, and it in Turkish. But if you are talking about like a picture or if you are showing someone on the TV, it is totally fine to use bu and şu for people. And even if they are next to you, it's for me at least, it's totally fine to use bu and şu for a person. It doesn't have to be all the time. And then over here I have a food basically, and we call this food menemen. And if you go to a restaurant and if they give you this and you have no idea what this is, you can ask, bu ne? And then they will tell you, bu menemen. So now let's
For my tea tonight.
say it again, Nicola.
It's what I have for my evening meal tonight.
You have
Menemen.
your oh,
I
that's
have
what
menemen for my evening
oh, I
meal.
see. Yeah, that's a good meal. I mean, I would go for it right now. Okay, now let's test your Turkish. This is not a Turkish language knowledge, but like a Turkish culture knowledge, maybe. So let's see who knows who and who knows what. And so everyone can answer to the question. Bu kim?
Tarkan.
Bu,
Tarkan.
bu Tarkan. Evet. Okay.
Bilmiyorum.
Bu Tarkan. Bir pop şarkıcısı. Is a very famous pop singer. Bu kim?
Bilmiyorum.
I think he...
Bu basketballer.
Evet, bu basketbolcu. Bravo. Bu Alperen Şengün. He plays for Houston, I guess, in NBA. And he's quite famous recently. Peki, let's see who watches Turkish series. Bu kim?
It's familiar, but I don't know his name.
Aha.
Bu aktör.
Bu aktör.
Can Yaman.
Bu Can Yaman. There you go. We found the person who is watching Turkish series. Peki bu kim?
Bu Eda Yıldız.
Ne?
Bu Eda Yıldız.
I know.
Anlamadım.
Hande Erçel.
Evet, bu Hande Erçel, another I mean she's an actress. I think they play together in couple series. Peki bu kim?
O Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
Bravo, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Süpersiniz. Pekala. Bu ne?
Bu simit.
Bu simit.
Bu simit.
Simit.
Easy peasy. Peki bu ne?
İskender. Bu İskender.
Bu İskender. Tamam. Peki bu ne?
Bu baklava.
Bu baklava. Peki bu ne?
Yoğurt.
Bu mehellebiye.
Yok,
Yogurt.
hayır. Muhallebi değil. Bu yoğurt.
Ha, okay.
Yoğurt. I have to make the
Yoğurt.
O a little bit longer. Yoğurt. Hı hı.
Okay, tamam.
Süper. Ups. Peki bu ne?
Lokum.
Bu delight.
Bu lokum.
What is it? Can you write it?
Lokum.
Lokum.
Lokum.
Okay.
Bu lokum. I think in Arabic, I mean, lokma.
Yeah, in Arabic, it's raha. Rahat, like.
But the root of the word should be Arabic. Lokma, it's something related to it.
Yeah, lokma, yeah, that's correct.
Mhm.
Evet.
But evet, that's it. But there's one thing that I have to do before I talk about this. I have been drinking something like since the beginning of the workshop, and I'm going to ask you this question. Bu ne? And the correct answer gets a free 45 minutes private lesson from me and any time that they choose.
Bu çay or bu kahve?
Türk kahvesi.
Bu ne?
This Nefiyus.
Şarap. A wine.
Yeah, I want the answer
hayır.
in Turkish.
Şarap.
Bu çay veya
Hayır.
bu kahve?
Hayır.
Bu meyve
Şarap
suyu.
mı?
Hayır.
Mesela rumman. What is
O-
like pomegranate? What was that? What is that in Turkish?
Bu kola değil.
Nan.
Bu Gani Afrika şarap.
Hayır. Bu şarap değil.
I know what it is, but I don't know what it is in Turkish. Carrot juice or radish juice. It's the purple radish.
Evet.
It's like the
Which is
pomegranate. What was the name of the?
No, it's not gold.
Nicola, say it.
Nah. Suyu.
Nar hayır, nar suyu değil.
It's not havuç suyu.
Havuç suyu değil.
Meyve su.
Meyve suyu değil.
Do we get a hint?
Uh,
Begins with.
no, I'm not going to tell that, but I would say it's spicy. It's not spicy, but I mean, there is a spicy version of this.
They
Is it
have a
turp?
spicy.
Bu salya.
Turp. More turp.
Well, I wouldn't call it turp. It has a specific name. I heard
Salep.
Salep. Hayır.
Şalgam.
Şalgam. Bravo. Who said that? Who said that? Who said şalgam? I heard şalgam.
I said it. Sue.
Şalgam.
And I cannot see you. Wait, let me see. Let me light myself. Okay, who was it? Say it again.
What is
Şalgam.
salgam?
Ira, was that you?
I said it.
Oh, Sue, you said it. Okay,
that's-
perfect.
Şalgam ne?
Şalgam suyu is kind of, I think it's a beet juice.
Turnip water. Değil mi? Is it turnip
evet.
water? Like that.
Yes, well, yeah, turnip water. But we use the word şalgam for it. Oh, I cannot write it right. Şalgam. So I write it in the.
I don't have the Turkish letters on my keyboard.
Yeah, don't worry.
Güzel.
Evet.